Do any of you believe in ghosts? Well, until recently I didn't, but here's why I changed my mind. I live in a small town in England, and in my town there is an abandoned house which is supposedly haunted. One day I was walking with my girlfriend. We were walking past the house when she suddenly screamed. I looked at her and she was pointing to an upstairs window. In the house, when I looked in the window, I saw what scared her. There was a headless ghost. We ran away as fast as we could and both agreed to never go near that house ever again. I just moved into my new house. Well, actually, the house was pretty old and it was built in 1904, and there was a family of 3 living in it. It was night, almost 12, when I was going to my bedroom. I heard footsteps in the living room, so I went to check and there was no one. But the light in the living room turned on by itself. I went to check if there was some wiring problem, but there was no problem. All of a sudden, my bathroom door suddenly slammed closed. I was too scared to go in the bathroom, so I slept in the living room. After 2 hours, I heard screaming outside my house. I went to check outside the house and I saw a 5-year-old girl standing at my bedroom window and staring at me for 7 seconds and disappeared within the blink of an eye. So I called the police and the police could not do anything, so I went to my cousin's house and slept there. The next day I went to the person who sold me this house and I told him that this house was haunted. The person gave me the address of the person who built it. I went to that person's house and when I reached the house, I noticed that the house was too old. So I went walking to the door and knocked. When the door opened, there was a 92-year-old lady. She told me to come inside the house. When I went inside the house, I saw pictures of the same house where I was staying at. I told her everything what happened in that house and she told me the story of that house. It was the year 1925 when this house was built and there were 2 couples who were married and they had a baby. After 5 years, things were going good and suddenly a 35-year-old serial killer broke into the house and stabbed the parents, and the 5-year-old girl was hiding in the closet. She was scared. The killer heard heavy breathing sounds coming from the closet. So the killer opened the door and the girl threw a knife at the killer. The knife stabbed the killer's shoulder. The killer got too aggressive and tortured the girl till death, and the killer was never found. That was the scariest story that she told me. So I went back to my house, grabbed all my things and went to stay at my cousin's house. The next day I found out that the 92-year-old woman had died. I went to her house to see her, but her sister was there and nobody else was there. Her sister told me to search candles in her bedroom. When I entered the bedroom to search candles, I found a box. I opened that box and I found old newspapers. I checked one of those newspapers and found the news of the 3 families that was murdered and tortured. And in the box I found a knife which had dry blood on it. And there was a picture of a family with a mark X on it. And I found out that she was the serial killer.